Welcome back. As I said, we're going to answer your questions. Stephanie Link, you're up first. Elad in New Jersey wants to know about Boeing. Do I sell or do I wait for a vaccine? You could put a lot of stocks in this category under that question. What do you think about BA?
That is a very good question. This is a reopened stock for sure. It's also a cyclical stock, so very volatile, and you have to expect, if you own this stock, you have to believe that the economy is going to see an improvement, whenever that is. Is that later this year or is that into next year? I do. The liquidity is fine in the meantime. They raised $25 billion in debt. And then your next catalyst is going to be the 737 MAX and getting that recertified. I think that's coming in months, not weeks. So be patient, but I like it for the long term.
Joe, you next. Rob in Springdale, Utah wants to know about DocuSign. What do you think? Upside from here?
Absolutely, and this is one I'm very proud of myself because I purchased this stock well below 100 and I've maintained the position, have not gone out. You've seen 40% revenue growth, Scott. This is a company that clearly is benefiting from the acceleration of trends, as I mentioned before. And just think about the e-signature world. In the acceleration of these trends, once you're able to migrate people over to e-signatures, they're not going back to the previous way of paper signatures. So very strong as it relates to healthcare, very strong as it relates to government. The street still doesn't believe where this stock is trading. The average price target is 173. They're going to report on the other side of Labor Day, and I expect nothing short of another strong quarter. I maintain my long position.
You see, Joe, for every SMH, there's a DocuSign, right? You can beat yourself up and then praise yourself within 5 minutes of the program. That's what this is all about.
And then there's you to give me the pat on the back when I need it.
That's right. Up 200% year to date. The pat on the back is coming right now. Joe Terranova. All right. Up next, John. Pete in New York City. No relation to your brother. I'm a longtime holder of Oracle. What's your opinion on it?
Well, Pete, I am a holder of Oracle right now as well. I'm long the 55 calls, short the 60s out in August, and I'm long stock. This one has just languished there, Scott. When you look at the tech stocks that have really outperformed this year, this one's just very non-volatile. Even on the drawdown, it wasn't as extreme as some of the others. But I'm holding out hope. Obviously, earnings out there way out in September, Scott. So I'm in here, and I would hold on to it, Pete.
Okay. It's just funny to hear you answer a question for Pete. All right. Megan Shu, to you from Jimmy in New York. How should I structure my value portfolio if I'm only 15 years old? That's awesome, Jimmy, that you're watching us and sending us a question, too, at just 15. Welcome. We're happy to have you.
Yeah, Scott, I totally agree. And it's important to understand, especially if you have a long-term investment horizon, that value occurs along a gradient, with the deepest value being the most levered balance sheets, the most tied to the cyclicality of the economy. For our part, where we prefer to be right now is a little bit less deep value, a little bit more towards a balanced value portfolio, what I think of as more top shelf value. So not the junkiest of the junk, what those, some of those epicenter pandemic stocks or those with the highest levered balance sheets, but a little bit of a better balance sheet profile, as well as some technology exposure. There's a lot of stocks in the industrial and healthcare sector that might actually outgrow the value style over time because they are so tied to a lot of the technological advances that we're likely to see over the coming years.